If someone were to ask you what immediately ignites your oral senses, there will be no other more powerful than music. Music can tell a story without a single word, or it can relax you as if in a trance. It can make you turn on a dime, demanding of you your undivided attention, making you turn and sway to some unknown beat. Such is the power of Candombe. Candombe is a music and dance created by indigenous Africans and is comprised of the playing of 3 to 4 or more different sized drums simultaneously to create a rhythmic beat. There are different opinions on where Candombe originated, but one thing is certain: it hails from African roots and was taken to foreign lands in the form of exportation of slaves. African slaves were first introduced to Uruguay in 1750 by the Spanish. They arrived by ship and from various regions in Africa, from the Bantu area to Sierra Leone and Ghana. Today in Uruguay, 3% of the total population is estimated to be Negro, but in the colonial era it was estimated to have reached 50%. So what is the reason behind Candombe? Well, it is said that some Africans turned to Candombe as a distraction to their poverty. Others used it as a form of communication in Africa and in their new lands after arriving, to see what other, if any, tribes were close by, and the most common reason naturally was for celebrations, joyful occasions, and of course their freedom in 1846 by General Manuel Oribe. Candombe has travelled all over the globe, including Australia, and is still existent in Australia today. The first Candombe group in Sydney was called Candombe Lonjas del Uruguay, Candombe, Hides of Uruguay. During a singing rehearsal in the 70s, 3 Uruguayan men decided to form a Candombe group in Australia.
The group Candombe Lonjas del Uruguay started when we were playing with the guitar, playing a bit of murga, a bit of folklore with the guitars, and all of a sudden we thought that it could be a good idea to play Candombe, and they said, well, we haven't got the drums, but we can play with the other side of the guitar, and with that we started people dancing in the Uruguayan club, and that was the reason why I wanted to form the group with another 2 persons, which were Enrique Guerrero, Bocha Valles, and me.
From these humble actions, a fire was lit in the Uruguayan communities. This was because at that time there was nothing representative of their country here in Australia. This was about to change.
Viewing that was one of the best things that will represent our culture, I decided to make a promise to myself to put the Candombe in the opera house representing our culture. And
did you?
And we did, yeah. We did. We played in the opera house. It was very good.
From the time Candombe Lonjas del Uruguay started to play in Sydney, Australia, other groups followed. To this day, Candombe is still played in Australia. This is an existing Candombe group called Jaguru. They are practicing for the up-and-coming Uruguayan festival, which draws crowds well over 2,000 people. Leonardo Acevedo is the leading instructor of the drummers and has been playing for 5 years.
I first noticed Candombe with my parents when I was little. My dad mostly would play it on CDs and all that. And then I took an appeal to it in 2002 when I saw the group that I'm in now play, and I went in, and that's ever since then.
There are different types of drums that form Candombe. One of them is el chico, which is also known as the key of the drums. It is said that once you lose el chico, Candombe stops.
This is the chico. It's just got one hand and two with a stick. It's the straight beat, never changes.
El repique is a little larger in size and is the devilish improviser of the group. It doesn't have a strict rhythmic phrase, and through the bass of the chico it creates tresillos, or triplets.
This is the repique, slightly larger than the chico.
El piano is a slightly larger drum to the repique, and its hide is the thickest, giving it the strongest sound. It's the major sound, and it constitutes the rhythmic bass.
This is the piano, the largest of the three drums. It's got a slightly deeper sound, it's the bass. When all three are played correctly, they sound like this and produce Candombe.
We're currently rehearsing for the Uruguay Independence Day, which is held at Fairfield Showground, which is where all the Uruguayans and all Latin Americans get together to celebrate Uruguay's independence.
Candombe is filled with diverse personalities. In the Candombe dance, there are three main personalities: Mama Vieja, Old Mother, Granillero, her partner, and El Escobero, the man with the broom. The tuning of drums is done traditionally with a bonfire of papers in the street. This is called tempering. The flames of the bonfire heat up the hide, causing it to tighten, thereby raising the pitch to the required level of each drum. Saliva is often placed on the hide to reduce the risk of burning it.
Tengo un candombe para Gardel, lindos recuerdos yo tengo de él. Hablo de un tiempo que fue muy gris, con la pobreza cerca de mí, solo su voz me ponía feliz. Lindo sombrero tenía Gardel, blanca sonrisa como un clavel. Cuántos candombes yo quise oír, interpretados por Don Gardel, pero la cosa no pudo ser. Los muchachos de la barra callejera, que sentimos el candombe bien de bien, nos sentamos a tocar en la vereda, con tambores algún tango de Gardel, y la muchacha que pasaba, relojeando el tamboril, suavemente me decía que calor hace en abril.
Y vamos a romperle la jeta a todo el mundo, ¿puede ser? ¿Puede ser?